Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry. We're going to push back the start just a little bit. We have people, including some of our graduates, stuck in traffic. I don't think we're not trying to be punctual, but we are also trying to wait for the really important people to get here. So we're probably going to push back 10 or 15 minutes. So just enjoy visiting and continue watching the slideshow. Thanks. Okay, my colleagues told me that I just made a major faux pas by implying that the rest of us here weren't important. That was not my intent. I should have. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Dr. Jill Seal, and I'm the Interim Program Director at DPT, South College DPT in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we are so grateful you're all here. We're sorry some of you had trouble. We can't control the traffic. It took us a long time to get here as well. But I do want to say good evening and welcome to all of you. It is my absolute privilege to welcome all of you to the Convocation ceremony celebrating the DPT class of 2024. Thank you all for joining us as we commemorate these achievements of these graduates. Let's give them a big round of applause. But before we focus on our graduates, I'd like to take time to acknowledge those who helped you all, graduates, get here. Each of you graduates, I hope, had the support of someone or many someones along the journey. As I look out on the beaming faces of people in the crowd, I see parents, siblings, grandparents, spouses, significant others, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, all kinds of folks, I'm sure. And I know there are others who aren't here or here in spirit who helped you along the way, and they played a vital role in lifting you up as you took off on this journey. Graduates, I would ask for you to just stand where you are, turn and face your support crew, and give them a round of applause. Thanks so much for that. Likewise, I'd like to acknowledge some of other key supporters of our graduates, our faculty and staff team. Would you all please stand just for a moment? I know most of the staff is still out there working. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I want to acknowledge their hard work and dedication that they've given of themselves to get you across that finish line. Now, to focus on the stars of the evening. Graduates, isn't that an amazing word? Graduate, yeah, you should whoop. It's finally here, the end of a long and challenging journey. You have made it. As I spent some time preparing for standing up here today, I found myself reflecting on your DPT journey, and in some ways I thought about how it parallels this holiday season. This season is often described as a time of anticipation, a time of waiting, a time of preparation. And I feel like that probably sums up a lot of your journey as well these last few years. Even before you were accepted into DPT school at South College, you dreamed of being a physical therapist. Pretty much, I'm sure, just as much as you dreamed Santa Claus was going to come on Christmas. You anticipated that acceptance letter, and then you celebrated and partied like a rock star when it arrived. And then you came here, and you prepared, and you prepared, and you prepared some more. I want you to take just a moment, graduates, close your eyes if you want. Picture yourself in a few points along the journey. What do you see? What do you feel? Just take a moment. Now open your eyes, because I don't want you to go sleep while I'm talking. But maybe when you did that, you could see excitement. Maybe you could see apprehension and nervousness. Maybe, I hope, you saw some joyous moments. I'm guessing you saw some sad ones. I am pretty certain you saw some sleepless nights, some very long days, and some soul-crushing fatigue. But I also hope that you could see surprise and excitement and pride. I hope you feel that and see that. All along this journey, I hope that you've been able to feel and see hope. Hope that you would pass that exam. Hope that you would not forget that gait belt or those grippy socks. Hope that you would do well on your clinical. And hope that you would be able to touch lives and change lives. Recently, I've been reading an autobiography by Senator Tammy Duckworth. Some of you may know her story, or some of you may not be familiar. She was a helicopter pilot in the U.S. Army, and during the war in Iraq, her Black Hawk helicopter was shot down. A rocket-propelled grenade literally exploded right in front of her as it ripped through the cockpit of the helicopter. She lost both of her legs immediately, and her right arm was damaged almost to the point of having to have amputation on that. She spent months and months in rehab. She survived and went on to become a U.S. Senator, and she's done really great things. But one of the stories in her book really touched me, and I think it kind of goes with what we're talking about. She was getting an occupational therapy assessment, and the therapist handed her a device to measure grip strength and told her to grip it as hard as she could. And she talks in the book about how she gripped it with all of her might. She was sweating, shaking, and the gauge didn't move at all. Nothing, just zero. And she was immediately defeated, and she felt frustrated. And she immediately questioned whether or not she could reach her goals. But then another therapist saw that look of disappointment on her face. It didn't say if it was a physical therapist, but I'm going to say it was a physical therapist. And they came over to her, and they handed her a piece of paper, and they said, "Hold this piece of paper." And she took it between her fingers, and she held it. And he said, "See, you do have grip. Don't let the device tell you that you don't. Today it's one piece of paper, tomorrow you'll hold two, the next day you'll hold three, and so on and so on. In a few weeks you'll hold a whole stack of papers. Don't let that machine tell you that you don't have strength." And that was just what she needed in that moment to motivate her to continue and to persevere in her rehab. You all have done a lot of persevering. You might ask why I'm sharing this story with you. Well, it's all about hope. And I want you to carry forward the hope you've had through this program, the hope that propelled you from application to graduation. But don't keep that hope to yourself. We need you to share that hope out into the world. Share that hope to your patients when their numbers aren't good, when the objective measures are zero, maybe, when they just aren't sure that anything is going to help them get better. Find the hope. Show it to them. Help them see that you expect and believe that they can change, improve, and reach their goals, just like we all believed in you. And now we celebrate you. And I look forward to seeing you as my colleagues and the impact that you're going to make on the world. I know that you will do great things. So, it's now my honor and pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker, Dr. Lauren Young. I get to introduce you, so just hang on. So Lauren is a board-certified neurologic physical therapist and a certified stroke rehabilitation specialist. She holds a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from the University of Texas Medical Branch, where we met, and a bachelor's in cellular and molecular biology, which I'm so impressed about because I didn't know, from Stephen F. Austin State University. Now, that's the boring stuff. I've known Lauren since she was a student, so it is really a true honor to work with her now side by side in our program and to have her speak with you all and be the person chosen to speak to you tonight. Thank you, Lauren.
Hey, y'all. You made it! Yay! Hi! So it's so good to see all of you, especially here and not in lab clothes. Y'all clean up nice. Good work. I know some of you have passed boards already. Congratulations. Some of you are going to take boards, so good luck. In spirit of that, I think that it would be best to review some neuroanatomy in the next few minutes. No? Okay, I'll go on. I truly am honored that y'all asked me to speak tonight. As Dr. Seal said, and as many of you know, she was my professor while I was in school, and she created an environment for us. We started every class with a funny story. We laughed, and then at the end of the course, we realized we had learned a lot of things. And so I hope that I gave you that experience as well, because as an educator, that's what I strive to do, is to make this a fun experience and learn some things along the way. I know it's been a long 2 years in some ways and a really short 2 years in others. I want to take a walk down memory lane and talk about some of the things that I've watched this cohort accomplish. I've watched you advocate for Juneteenth to become a holiday recognized by South College. When the hurricanes hit the East Coast, before South College could ever step in to do something, you had set up GoFundMes for the people in your cohort. It's incredible. Y'all are incredible humans. As far as personal things, you know, I've watched you compete in fitness competitions. I've watched you win CrossFit competitions, seen you get married and start families. Those are incredible accomplishments, and all of those things are going to help you as you become a PT. I want to say that knowing all of the things doesn't make you a good PT. Now, don't get me wrong, knowing none of the things doesn't make you a good PT either. But some of the best PTs that I have ever encountered are people who are fueled by passion. They can show that they care without ever saying a word. I've seen so many of those characteristics within this cohort, and you're going to make someone's life way, way better because you have the natural instincts and abilities to help the people around you. Remember, as you step into your career, your new jobs, it's not always going to be easy. You're going to have days where you question, did I even go to PT school? Believe me, I've been there. It happens. Remember to be gracious to yourself, to be kind, and reach out to your support systems. Remember, it's okay not to know everything as long as you know the person to go to find the answer. You're each such special humans, and I can't wait to see how you move our profession forward. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'm so, so proud of you, and I want to leave you with one last question to think about over the next few hours this evening. Where does the DCML decussate? Neuro, anatomy, TMY, and goat jokes forever.
I'd like to point out that at the bottom of the page here, Dr. Young wrote, "turn page," but she did not. That's okay. I'm sorry. It's too good. So I'd now like to have our student speaker come up to the stage, Dr. Dylan Medeiros.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Seal, for the introduction, and thank you to Dr. Young for such an inspiring speech. What a way to get the party started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dylan Medeiros, and I've had the privilege of serving as class leader throughout our time in the program. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Initially, I was pretty hesitant to take on the extra responsibility that the class leader position demands. I asked myself questions like, what if I can't handle it? What if I burn myself out? What if they ask me to speak at the award ceremony or graduation? There's no way I can handle that. But here we are. My goal with this speech is to paint a picture of what the past 2 years have been like for us, in addition to offering a few words of motivation for my future colleagues. I'd like to begin by thanking my classmates for trusting me to represent us all here tonight. As I sat down to begin writing this speech, I thought about how to convey our collective experience without just talking about the countless number of retakes in our video assignments. I know there are many family members here tonight who are patients in those assignments, so thanks for sitting through that. It's been a remarkably busy and demanding 2 years. We faced academic challenges that only our fellow classmates could relate to, and through that shared hardship, we developed a powerful sense of camaraderie and togetherness. That sense of togetherness was typically at its strongest during those tense moments before our lab practicals. I'll never forget us all being packed into the broccoli room, reading through our notes or quizzing each other one last time. Ben was always there giving everyone words of encouragement like he always does. Thanks for that, Ben. You're the real MVP. Inevitably, we were called down to room 278 to begin. Those same classmates we were in the trenches with are the same classmates we celebrated with once we passed. We will continue to share this sense of fellowship, no longer as classmates, but as colleagues, And here we are today. No more lab practicals, no more flip grid assignments, and no more wishing you could turn on the asyncs to 3 times speed. So give yourself a moment to take a deep breath, give yourself a pat on the back, and reflect on how far you've come over the past 2 years. Reflect on the challenges you had to overcome just to earn the right to be seated here today. Think about the battles you faced in your personal life that you had to balance with your education. Despite all the adversity we faced, here we are, one day away from officially being doctors of physical therapy. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. Here at South College, we have a saying that we like to use. You can do hard things. One guarantee in life is that there will be tough times. How we choose to respond to these challenges is what determines our character. We've come a long way over the past 2 years, but the reality is we're just getting started. As we progress into our careers as physical therapists, there will be plenty more hurdles to overcome. There will be complex patient cases, coworker conflicts, and long work weeks. Despite this, we must uphold our responsibility to provide the best possible care for our patients who may desperately need it. When you're faced with a challenging moment in your career, I urge you to reflect on the accomplishments of these past 2 years. Reflect on the early mornings, the late nights, and the countless hours of studying you did when you desperately needed a break. Reflect on the moments you saw an insurmountable obstacle in front of you and you came out the other side a better human. Use these accomplishments as fuel so that the next time you're faced with a difficult task, You can honestly and confidently say to yourself, I got this. I can do hard things. None of these accomplishments would have been possible without the love and support of everyone in this room today. On behalf of myself and the entire January 2024 cohort, I'd like to thank the faculty for going above and beyond your responsibilities to ensure that we were equipped to excel in the classroom, in the clinic, and in life. To my fellow classmates, thank you for supporting myself and one another while we progress through this program. To the friends and family here tonight and watching at home, thank you for taking on extra responsibilities while we were busy chasing our dreams. Thank you for understanding the demands of this program. While we may have not been able to see each other as often as we would have liked over the past 2 years, you have all truly helped us reach the position we are in today. Due to the combined efforts of everyone here today, grandparents will play with their grandkids again. Athletes will return to play and chase their dreams, and parents will return to work to support their families. Each day we walk into work, we have a unique opportunity to positively impact the world. We have earned the privilege of offering support, hope, and a second chance at life to all of our future patients. We are embarking on a career in one of the most rewarding and exciting fields. I cannot wait to hear all the different ways our class makes a positive impact in our respective communities and the field of physical therapy itself. I'll leave you with a quote that has resonated with me over the past few years. Let me fall if I must fall, the person I am becoming will catch me. We will make mistakes as we continue to grow into the healthcare practitioners we want to be. The only failure in life is choosing to not learn from the mistakes that we make. When you're faced with a challenging moment, remember to think back to everything you've already overcome and lean on the family and friends who love you. Thank you. At this point in time, I'd like Jesse and Stephen to come up and present the class gift.
Takes two people. Oh my goodness.
What a good-looking group of clinicians over there, huh? Thank you so much.
That's an amazing gift. Thank y'all so much. So now we shift gears just a little bit to hand out some awards. Our first award this evening is the Outstanding Graduate Award. This award is the highest honor presented in the School of Physical Therapy. And it's given to a student who surpasses the standards of academic achievement and clinical aptitude. This student is consistently strong in all areas. They always show up. They're always positive. They always give you feedback when you want it, whether you need it or not, whether you want it or not. Let me try that again. They always give you feedback when you need it, whether you want it or not. And they're just gonna shine when they get out in the world. The Outstanding Graduate Award for the South College DPT class of 2024 goes to Dr. Amanda Ayala. Thank you. I now ask Dr. Butler to come and present the Leadership Award.
Good evening. Great seeing you all. Our second award this evening is the Leadership Award. This award is earned by a student who best demonstrates leadership through a commitment to our program's core values: excellence, responsibility, and integrity. This award recognizes a student who leads with intention throughout the program, serving others in the classroom, while on rotations, and within their own communities. This year's recipient received nomination after nomination after nomination from peers and faculty alike. I would like to share just a few of the many leadership qualities his peers used to describe him. Professional, respectful, high-achieving, an excellent role model, reliable, optimistic, compassionate, caring, inclusive, encouraging, and genuine. This individual is a therapist you want treating your own family, the coworker you want to work alongside with, and the leader we want moving our profession forward this next decade. The Leadership Award for the South College DPT class of 2024 goes to Dr., you should have just stayed up here, Dylan Medeiros.
I now ask Dr. Kothe to come to the stage to present our next two awards.
Hi, everyone. All right. This next award was established to memorialize Samantha Shapey, a South College student who passed away in 2019 while in her first year of the program. Sam had a heart for service. She saw those in need and, quietly, without calling attention to herself, went about caring for them. Her last act of service to us was to leave us with these inspiring words: "I want you to go out and live your lives so wonderfully, so fully. Take in every sight and smell and taste you can. I want you to find so much joy and peace." These words adorn our hallway at South College and provide a frequent reminder about living life well. Sam had committed herself to a profession of caring, and she found her joy and peace in serving those around her and being a truly good human. The winners of this award embody those same characteristics. Therefore, I am so pleased to present the Samantha C. Shapey Service and Citizenship Award for the South College DPT class of 2024 to Doctors Mariah and Michaela Moyer. All right, I get the two sad ones. The next award for tonight was established by the Doctor of Physical Therapy program to memorialize one of our own from the class of 2019, Ryan Bilkey. This award seeks to commemorate Ryan's love of life and adventure, his enthusiasm for his planned profession, his deep affection for his friends and family, and his ability to inspire all he encountered. Therefore, I am so proud to announce the award, like its namesake, will honor a graduating student who demonstrates a zest for life, inspiring perseverance, and possesses the ability to leave an everlasting impact, just as Ryan did. The Ryan J. Bilkey Memorial Award for the South College class of 2024 goes to Dr. K.K. Burrs.
I'd ask Dr. Myers to come up to the stage to present our Clinical Excellence and our Outstanding Clinical Instructor Awards.
Good evening, everyone. Y'all look amazing tonight, and well done. Our next student award, the Clinical Excellence Award, is given to the student who best demonstrates a passion for clinical excellence through patient care as demonstrated in lab practice and clinical practice. This student's clinical instructors shared the following. From the first PT1 clinical rotation, the instructor commented, "They have been an exceptional student. Their maturity, compassion, and professionalism is evident in all aspects of evaluation and treatment. They are by far more advanced than any student that I've had in my 28 years of experience." From the student's PT2 clinical instructor, "In the nearly 10 years of taking students, no student has wowed me as much as they have. I've had strong students, hard workers, and people who all pass boards, but they have the it factor, an intangible piece that connects them with their team and their patients. Combine this with the hardest worker, most prepared, note-taking individual, and it will not be too many years before they are passing me up and on faculty, somewhere sharing their knowledge. They have such a high ceiling, and going into their Q7 rotation, they were already ready to take on an out-of-network caseload. They were an absolute privilege, and it was an honor to serve as their CI." And then finally, from the student's PT3 clinical instructor, "This student is operating at beyond entry level and clearly desires learning opportunities at a level that is difficult to compare to. We've thoroughly enjoyed their contributions to the team as well as to the patient care. The Clinical Excellence Award for the South College DPT class of 2024 goes to Dr. Amanda Ayala." The Outstanding Clinical Instructor Award is the next award this evening. This award is given to the clinical instructor who consistently excels in that role and represents the epitome of a professional physical therapist. Dr. Heather Christine was nominated by graduating student Nicholas Abraham and works at True Fit Wellness Studio with Evanston Physical Therapy in Illinois. Nick describes Dr. Christine as, "Heather went above and beyond to ensure I had the best learning opportunity. She was incredibly busy from her teaching role at a local university, her packed clinic schedule, working out at a 5:15 a.m. CrossFit class daily, and raising 2 kids. She still made sure to set aside time weekly for us to reflect and practice skills and clinical scenarios. I urged her several times to fill our weekly meeting time with the several clients she could have been seeing, but she insisted that my learning was non-negotiable. We set weekly goals with skills to develop or diagnoses that we wanted to cover. The way she approached teaching was also commendable. She gave me freedom to treat how I saw fit and valued my clinical opinions. The confidence she instilled in me really helped my success with patient care and to enter the working world. I think it's also important to mention that she embodies the term PT 2.0 that we commonly hear in our program. She has stayed at the head of evidence for her 17-year career and continually looks to improve her own practice. It was an inspiration to see and such an exciting experience as I approach graduation. I want to be like Heather. We want to thank Dr. Christine for providing an excellent experience for our student, serving our profession, and most importantly, making a positive impact for her patients.
Hello, South College students, faculty, and soon-to-be graduates. My name is Heather, and I am truly honored and humbled to receive the Clinical Instructor of the Year award. I have been a clinical instructor for 15 plus years, and it's always an incredible privilege to play a role in the student journey through physical therapy school. Watching the growth in clinical reasoning and the confidence that builds within the clinic is truly a privilege and one of the most rewarding aspects of my career. Now I would like to take a moment to call out my former student who nominated me, Nick Abraham. Nick, there's a patient who insisted that you should have this. These purple stickers are handed out to patients to celebrate their milestones during their PT plan of care because, let's be real, all of us are kids at heart and enjoy a little sticker. I considered driving the 8-hour trip to Knoxville from Chicago in order to give this to you, Nick, probably more so to avoid recording myself on video. But nonetheless, the patient and I believe that you deserve this for a job well done in clinic. Thank you again for this honor, and congrats to all of the graduates.
So our final award this evening is our Distinguished Alumni Award, which I would encourage each and every one of you to strive to receive at some point. This award will be given biannually to honor a graduate of South College School of Physical Therapy who exemplifies loyalty, passion, and innovation within the profession and within their community. A graduate whose achievements have brought benefit to the profession and his or her community, and has attained distinction through dedication and commitment to the betterment of physical therapy as a profession and to society in general. This year's recipient from the class of 2019 is Dr. Joe DeHope. Many of you know him. Dr. DeHope has been a consistent presence at South College, both as adjunct faculty many times, was just here last week, and course director for our advanced diagnostics course. He currently serves the United States Space Program within his position to the Guardian Resistance within the United States Space Force at Schreiber Space Force Base in Denver, Colorado. Quite an interesting job he holds. In those various capacities, he is involved in the U.S. Missile Defense Program in addition to having administrative duties. Dr. DeHope's dedication to excellence, accountability, humility, determination, and lifelong learning exemplifies the goals of our program and is evident in all his interactions.
To the January 2024 cohort on completing your last fast 2 years of education. It's been a lot of fun getting to work with you. I wanted to say thank you, and I'm humbled and honored for being a recipient for this outstanding alumni award. I want to encourage you all as you get out into clinical practice to keep on finding things that drive and fuel your passion, keep improving, keep learning, and keep doing everything you can to serve the patients in your community. Thanks again.
Are y'all impressed or what? These are some smart folks that we're celebrating tonight. So now I get the honor of saying a few closing remarks for the night. Let me check the time here. Y'all want this to be quick, right? When I defended my dissertation, my family was there. That was really nice to have them there. But at the end, everybody asked questions, and my professors were grilling me with some questions. And I was getting towards the end. I could tell people were stopping with the questions, and all I could think in my mind is cake and margarita, cake and margarita. And that's what y'all are thinking, right? Some version of that. Well, then I said stupidly, does anyone have any other questions? And my sister in the front row said, I have a question, and then proceeded to ask me this long-winded question about my dissertation. So I'm going to try not to do that to y'all, but I do have a few closing remarks. What a night celebrating y'all. You are truly an amazing group of humans. I am now proud to call you my colleagues. Well, tomorrow I'll call you that, but you get what I mean, right? This might be cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway. This graduation is not an ending. It's truly a beginning. And my final hope for you all is for a career full of new beginnings, new mountains to climb, new obstacles to overcome, new goals to stretch for and to reach. Despite how you might feel in this moment, your education is truly just getting started. I had a student at a previous university where I worked, and he got a chance to go to a national conference, our combined sections meeting, and I was at the same conference, and we ran into one another and we were chatting, and I asked him if he was enjoying the conference. And I will always remember his exuberance and his excitement. He just was telling me all about his experience, all the sessions that he'd attended. And then he got this real serious look on his face, and he said, I love all this learning, but it also makes me realize how much more I have to learn. And my reply to him is the same advice that I have for all of you. I said, Michael, I hope you feel that way every day when you wake up for the rest of your life. I said, in the day that you wake up and you don't feel like you still have so much to learn, you should change professions. And I hope that's the same for you. We've given you a lot. You've learned a tremendous amount in 2 years. And now it's time for you to take that out, take that with you, and continue to build upon it. Don't feel bad to tear down some of it and refine it and reframe it and learn things anew. Any less is settling for mediocrity, and your patients deserve excellence. I'm so proud of all of you. I have no doubt you're ready to take on this new challenge of clinical practice, and we, the faculty, welcome you as our colleagues to the wonderful profession of physical therapy. Families, friends, faculty, staff, thank you all for supporting these graduates, lifting them up, filling them up for these past 2 years. Thanks to all of you for being here for a fabulous celebration. Please feel free to stay and join our reception in the adjacent room. I wish you all happy holidays and a good night, and a final big round of applause for our graduates.